Afternoon everyone, this is Matthew Rhodes and I'm joined by the Matlock Town manager Paul Phillips. Philo, 1-0 defeat away at Buxton today. Just first of all, how did you rate your team's performance this afternoon?
It's an hard one to gauge. I thought we started the game well. I thought we had the two better chances before they scored, which again we didn't take. And that was the difference. I don't think they really had a lot of possession in areas. I don't think they really had a lot of chances. It was a tight game, and then at the end we've had two magnificent chances to get some out of the game, and we've not took them. But that's been the story for the last 10-12 weeks. It's got to fall on my toes.
With the type of game that it was, with it being pretty tight, pretty cagey as well, was it the kind of game you were expecting right at the start?
So it was a local derby, both good teams. They've got decent high power up front. They're a good team. Listen, the league doesn't lie. And congratulations to them. Congratulations to Dave, Cunny, all of them. It's like I say, the best team always wins the league, no matter how you try and make it up. We've got to lick our wounds. We've still got a job to do next week, but listen, for me, we've got to be better in front of goal. That's been the problem for the last 10-12 weeks, and we've not scored goals at the right times. We've not scored goals at all, and I think you're seeing today, as a back three, back four, whatever we do, we're always solid, we're always hard to beat. But I'm just not scoring enough goals. That's where it lies with me. I've brought enough players in. I've got to look at my position. It's not been good enough. I demand standards off them players. Demanded standards off the football club. Listen, I think it was a joke yesterday how it was handled in the way of putting a statement out about the chairman who's going at the end of the season. I think that sort of, when it gets released a day before we can get the playoffs, or we play our local rivals who can win the league, I think a lot of things needs to change, don't they? Listen, we've come a long way. Obviously, I'm sad that Bryn's going. It's been great for the football club, but listen, I think it could have been handled a hell of a lot better this week, and that's not getting away from the result. I thought probably Buxton shaded the game, but we had the better chances and we worked to a game plan. Unfortunately, when you don't put the ball in the net, the game plan changed throughout.
Just in terms of the second half, because just working with alongside other media as well, everyone seemed to say that they were quite impressed with the way about how Matlock approached that final 20 minutes. Buxton were beginning to soak up a lot of pressure. Were you happy with how you went about that last 20 minutes in particular? I'd
have been a lot more happy if we'd have taken one of the chances, but listen, that's football, isn't it? But listen, I just thought we started well when they scored the goal, knocked the stuffing out of us. Just thought there was too many players on the periphery of the game for a long period. And it's the same players, you know what I mean? It's lads that you're hoping rather than knowing that are gonna put in a performance, and that's been the difference when you're hoping, and sometimes you turn up 1 in 3, 1 in 4. You need players like Leesy, Qualls, Burnsy, Hughes, even though he's missed a chance today, still going. You need character, and I just feel that when you get them players and you implement around them, and they've carried us for long periods of the season, and when they've asked other people to step up, we've just not quite had the minerals to do that. So for me, again, I'll go back to it. We've got a shootout next week. I think it is with Warrington now. It should never be the case. We should have been well in. We should have still been competing. We've not been good enough. We've not scored enough goals. So we can either cry in our beer tonight, or look what's happened today, take it on board, take it in, congratulate Buxton, lick our wounds, and then bounce back next week.
Yeah, just finally then, it goes without saying it's an enormous game on Saturday, obviously, because the playoffs place isn't secured just yet. 2 points ahead of Bamber Bridge with 1 game to go. Just how important is it to get as many people, in those gates, and for as much support as possible for the Gladiators with 1 game to go?
Very important. I think it's more important for us to perform as well. I think it's more important for us to put the ball in the net. There's a lot of, obviously, premonitions from next week, what could happen, what can't happen. So I don't know. Listen, I've not even looked at the table. I don't know where we are. I don't know who's in and who's out. But for me, it should never come to this, Matthew. To say it's down to myself. I'm not going to hide behind things. But we need people coming behind us, screaming us on, and then try and get a bit of momentum going into the playoffs if we can get there.
Okay, well, thanks as always for your time, Philo, and good luck for next week.